a global citizen. What we call now, we are in a borderless world, so we need to have a good value around the world. So nowadays we talking about a 21st century skill, we're talking about future skill, we're talking about generic skill, we're talking about elementary skill. So the skill needs under either the skill in hard skill or soft skill. So it need to be achieved by our students, especially in secondary school. So this community programs generally aim to give a workshop series to language teachers, both of school, which is Sekolah Menengah Sains Banting and also Sekolah Menengah Johari, which cultural heritage as topic discourse in the teaching and learning context using cultural language learning approach, or CCLA. So this approach does not only conserve cultural heritage, but also make language learning more entertaining with fun learning activity using physical movement in line with Ministry of Education aspiration. So we are talking in Malaysia, for your information, from colleague from Indonesia. So currently Ministry of Education try to impose the 21st century learning skill. We have a 6C values in higher order thinking skill to achieve more marks in some international benchmarking like PISA and TIMSS. And also I think this is a good program to enhance our student skill, and using our English teacher from both of the school, so that can give a brief information about the international collaboration, international cross-culture between Malaysia and Indonesia, and also between the Universitas Mercu Buana expert and also from Faculty of Technical Vocational UPSI expert. So I hope everyone will gain a fruitful knowledge from this series of workshop. So I think that's all for this morning. Thank you and enjoy the workshop. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Ridwan, for the welcoming speech. Thank you so much. Next, we are going to listen the second welcoming speech that will be delivered by Principal of Sekolah Menengah Sains Banting, Selangor, Malaysia. Now, I would like to invite upon Your Excellency, Mr. Rijaluddin bin Jemat.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Yeah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. It's a pleasure to welcome the Dean of Faculty of Technical and Vocational University Pendidikan Sultan Idris, Professor Dr. Ridwan bin Ros, Principal of Sekolah Menengah Bangsaan K. Johari, Mr. Aman Shah bin Johari, teachers and all lecturers from University Mercu Buana, Yogyakarta, Indonesia, and University Pendidikan Sultan Idris, Tanjung Malim, to share the knowledge and the experience which language teachers from Sekolah Menengah Sains Banting who will be the teacher on this joint community service. This is the first networking program in the history of our school, which is completely conducted on a digital platform, in line with the social distancing amongst due to COVID-19 pandemic. The aim of this 3 days workshop is to promote an awareness towards the objective of culture heritage conservation among language teachers and be implemented in the language classroom. As a principal of Sekolah Menengah Sains Banting, I am truly glad that we have chosen from this program, and therefore I really hope that all language teachers will give full commitment on this program. So that's all. Thank you very much, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Mr. Rijaluddin, for your remark. And now we are going to listen the last welcoming speech that will be delivered by Principal of Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Khir Johari, Perak, Malaysia. I would like to invite upon Your Excellency, Mr. Aman Syah bin Idris. Hello, Mr. Aman. Hello, Mr. Aman. All right, there is no Mr. Aman. Yeah, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me to give the wonderful applause to Mr. Ridwan and Mr. Rijaluddin, who have given the welcoming speech. Once again, thank you very much, Mr. Ridwan and Mr. Rijaluddin, for their welcoming speech. And now, we are going to the main agenda of today's workshop that will be delivered by our wonderful speakers. They are first, Dr. Tiara Hermayawati, SPD, MPD, in collaboration with Dr. Fadila binti Mohyahidi. And then the second speaker will be delivered Mrs. Elisa Hartati, SPD, MPD, in collaboration with Dr. Dina Miza binti Sohaimi. For this session, I would like to become the moderator as well. Ladies and gentlemen, in this section, we are going to listen to the resource speakers. All participants could give questions to the presenters or the speakers through the chat box and also through the microphone after both of the speakers finish their talk. And now, allow me to introduce our first speaker. The first speaker, she is Dr. G.R.A. Hermayawati, SPD, MPD. She is an associate professor in applied linguistics. Now she is teaching in the English Education Department of UMBY, Universitas Mercubuana Yogyakarta, since 2008 until now. For the study background, she has undergraduated of German Education Department from Universitas Negeri Yogyakarta, and then she got graduated from Universitas Sarjana Tata Mahasiswa Yogyakarta, and then she got Master of Research and Educational Evaluation from Universitas Negeri Yogyakarta, and then she got the Doctor in Applied Linguistics from Universitas 11 Maret Yogyakarta. The current professional jobs, she is a teacher, researcher, mass media writer, and also the speaker. And also, she is an editor-in-chief at Chile, or Journal of English Language and Education, a national accredited journal of English Department of Universitas Mercubuana Yogyakarta. She is an editorial team at EJLTR, International Journal of Learning, Teaching, and Educational Research. And then and so on, you can see on the screen. And then she also got sorry, wait a moment. She also got grant achievements. The first research grants from the provincial government in 2006 until 2007. And then multi-year research grants from the Ministry of Education and Culture in 2010 until 2012, 2013 until 2015, 2020 until 2021. And then there are so many her achievements and experiences that I cannot mention one by one. You can read by yourself as shown on the screen. All right. Now let's welcome Dr. Anda Hermayawati, SPD MPD, with his presentation entitled Cultural Language Learning Approach, Utilizing Wayang Orang and Malay Dances as Pedagogical Moral Values. Hello, good morning, Mrs. Maya.
Morning.
Okay. How are you today?
Thank you so much, Mas Bayu, as the moderator of today's first series, right? But first of all, I would like to greet all of the audience first. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yeah, I hope that all of you stay blessed and healthy. Okay. Yeah, but before delivering my speech, I would like to greet especially firstly for the Dean of Faculty of Technological and Vocational UPSI Malaysia. Good morning, Mr. Dean. Okay, and also thank you very much for both the headmasters from Sekolah Menengah Sains Banting, yeah, who just delivered his speech, and also Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Kir Johari, Perak, Malaysia. All of the speakers, both from Universitas Mercubuana Yogyakarta and also from University Pendidikan Sultan Idris Malaysia as the text providers. Don't forget also to my beloved participants, all of the teachers from Sekolah Menengah Banting, especially Bu Nur Farizan. Hello.
Hello, hi, morning.
Hello, Ibu Nur and her colleague. Thank you so much for your assistance, right? Okay, and also my great greetings for all of the candidate doctors from USIM. Okay, hello, candidate doctors who are also teaching at Sekolah Menengah Sains Banting and also Sekolah Menengah Negeri 9, right? Yeah. Good morning for you all. Okay, I'm very pleased, yeah, for being here with you all. Okay, and today I would like to share, yeah, the novel approach that maybe it is very, very important for us as teachers, yeah. It is about cultural language learning approach, an introduction, yeah, because it is a really new approach, which is considered appropriate to use for us, both as teachers and also as educators, moreover as the as the citizens of our beloved countries, yeah, Malaysia and Indonesia. How is the way to show our love, yeah, to our countries is by preserving our traditional cultures. Okay, that's why I would like to share about this kinds of novel approach. This is actually my findings. Yeah, I conducted it since 2012, and until now I'm still in studying, in investigating such approach. Okay, it is granted by the Republic of Indonesia, Ministry of Education and Culture. What is that like? Let's discuss it. Okay, I would like to share it to you. Yeah, who knows that you will be very interested to do that. yeah, for your classroom, right? But before that, I would like to invite Bu Lulu. Bu Lulu, are you there? Oh yeah, she is ready. Okay, thank you, Bu Lulu. Yeah, this is the what is it? The topic I would like to share to you. That is cultural language learning approach, an introduction to Malaysian language teachers, yeah, of Sekolah Menengah Sains Banting Selangor Malaysia and SM Kebangsaan Kirjohari Tanjung Malim Perak Malaysia. Okay, next. This is the topic today, parts of the theme, right? And then before that, I would like to give you an illustration first before later on, I would like to give you, to invite you to watch parts of the cultural heritage, okay? But before that, I would like to give you a short, a short illustrations about the what, the why, and how of CLLA. Yeah, what is CLLA? You know that CLLA is a kind of approach. This is a novel approach, yeah, this is my finding, by which traditional cultural heritages, yeah, like performance, ceremonies, buildings, foods and beverage, folk tales, legends, yeah, songs, music, heirlooms, clothing, games, etc., are utilized as both material sources and media of learning all at once. So we can make use of these kinds of approach both as media and the materials all at once. Sekaligus, okay? Yeah, that is the what, yeah, as a level of what things, okay? What matter. What is the why? Yeah. CLLA is a means of cultural heritage preservation. Yeah, besides, it can be used to fulfill the current demanded trend of language teaching. Yeah, sorry, this is the image. The image, yeah, of parts of Javanese cultural approach. And what about the how? Yeah, the how. How means the procedure on making use of CLLA. Yeah, how to use it. Okay, that is using what I call it WUPA. It stands for watching, understanding, paraphrasing, presenting, and the last is assessing. Yeah, this is the procedure which enable learners HOTS. Do you know HOTS? I'm sure yes, right? It stands for higher order thinking skills, and this is a kind of learning domain. Yeah, I'm sure that all of you know about it. Yeah, this is the concept of Bloom's taxonomy. Yeah, which then developed by Krathwohl and Anderson in 2002, right? And also FCPM stands for factual, conceptual, procedural, and metacognitive knowledge dimensions. You know that all of such kinds of learning aspects and also knowledge dimensions are nowadays being developed in the world widely. Okay, that's why I would like to share this for you all as teachers. I'm sure that all, yeah, hopefully that you have known much about it. Okay, if you have not known it, it is the place for us to share. Okay, right, next. Okay, this is parts of image, yeah, of Javanese cultural heritages. since I have not known Malaysian one, so that I try to give you illustrations from start from Japanese first, yeah, because you know that Indonesian 40%, more than 40% of Indonesian people comes from Japanese, yeah, so that's you know that I'm also Japanese, so that what is it? I gave you illustration from the Japanese cultural heritages. Later on, we are going to discuss about how to make use of Malaysian traditional cultural heritages for your own teaching and learning process in your classroom. Okay, yeah, let me give you illustrations. Yeah, this is the parts of the Japanese cultural heritage from art performance, buildings, and then ceremonies, right? And food and beverage. Okay, next. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, okay, this is the link. Yeah, I would like to share you to watch. Yeah, as give you as giving you some illustration on how the procedure on what is it on delivering CLLA, right? This is the first watching. Okay, that's why I would like to invite you to watch. Yeah, for about 26 minutes, right? Okay, after that, I would like to ask you some questions in connection with the story content of the story of the wayang orang or human puppet show. Right? Enjoy it.
Raden Narayana received teaching from his master Begawan Padmanabha, a powerful rishi or priest, and he stated that the welfare of the world is only created if one always remembers to God the Almighty, having sense of love for fellow beings, both physically and mentally. Raden Narayana used his master's advice as a guide for life and carrying out the goodness and eradicated the wicked in the world. Raden Narayana received 3 coins of point heirlooms, namely chakra weapons, Wijaya Kusuma's flower, and Mertyukala. Meanwhile, Dewi Sagopi, the foster mother of 3 siblings, Raden Kakrasana, Raden Narayana, and Dewi Roro Irang, she and Roro Irang were running after the giants of Salapura and Raden Kamsadewa with the intention of getting married. She was really in panic, but Roro Irang tried to calm her down. Finally, Raden Arjuna helped them and successfully defeated the giants.
Mring taruna kang ginadang murba wisesa bumi. Risang Mahayogi sawusing semedi mungguing patrabaan Mbok Sri Gading Lati Sarga Muning Mlikine ko parang projanmo karone tatang isa turba plus tumusing kalaku lair paten satya mulya sembah sujud mring sang resi dahat hampa nglingga murta sampun peparing wangsa mongko gegaraning gesang mugi saged sembodo nuhoni dawuh sang wiku mawe harjaning cakra satru marka pamunae sarta kembangkan aran Wijaya Kusumati bisa asung waluya durung mestinipun sarata aji mertu kala bisa wujud raseksa saharga matek aji Rama
narbuka raga suci mijil sanjata dibya cakra baskara Miang Sekar Wijaya Mulya Singang Sono Hanggane Sang Narayana.
Ngaturkan agung panuwun sampun paring pusakati mugi saged dadya srana piandel ingkang sejati. Jejer satriya utama memayu arjaning bumi. Kacatanira kang tuku putra nata kang sayakti Mahaprabu Asudewa ngandura araning negeri Lepuraten Kakrasana lawan lara ireng Dewi. Uput pundak pepanggiling wiji mulih mulaniro sira siswa kang kapindho dene kang dingin Kaki Harjuna ger sajake aku wis kudu manjing sajiwa marang dening sira. Para gage mapano nggih. Kateng sendika mangestaken dawuh penemuan.
nyono ora mlegepo. Dene urip pontang pantingan. Kelambrangan. Kabeh mau awet saka pambujunge. Buta Sengkapura. Kang nedya nggendak sikara marang awake dhewe nggir.
Kok ora usah nesula marang kahanan to piye? Grantes kena penandang. Mengko mundak saya ora karuan kahanane lho piye?
Kowe kuwi lho Bratajaya. Kok ora entuk ngresah. Wong nyatane ya susah. Ora entuk miris. Ati iki kaya dires-iris. Coba ta pikiren Bratajaya. Upama awake dhewe iki mau nganti kadenangan. Harak saya kewirangan to. Dicecamah, dicala wentah dening yaksa-yaksa kae nggih.
Yo sakjane ngono aku yo kaya sing diomongke Biyong iki. Nanging ngene lho Biyong.
Piye Bratajaya?
Wong kuwi yen seneng gresula kuwi apa kuwi yen seneng melang-melang atine ngono kuwi lho Biyong.
Terus
kuwi bakal kuwi apa cepaking penandang. Terus wong yen sing senenge was-was kuwi ora bakal awas lho Biyong.
Kok pinter tenan kowe Bratajaya. Iso ngandani Biyong.
Terus iki yen wong seneng gresula bakal cepaking pangrubeda. Mula yo ngene yo Biyong.
Piye Bratajaya?
Dipupus wae. Pasrah sumarah ana ngaresaning Jawata. Dimen kalih sing pangrubeda ya Biyong.
Tobat. Pintermu ora jamak-jamak. Biyong bungah banget lho nggir Bratajaya.
Lah aku yo sing mulang yo Biyong sagopi to.
Lah iya, ning Biyong kuwi ora nyono kok nggir yen saiki kowe dadi wanita sing pinter. Ning ya kabeh kandhamu iki mau pancen bener nggir Bratajaya. Mong emane wae yo nggir.
Piye to Biyong?
Aku yen mlaku terus sikilku iki lho nggir. Wis ora bisa kanggo nglawat ngono kok.
Lah sikile kenapa to Biyong? Wong ora apa-apa ngono kok.
Ya mesti wae kesel yen mlakune kesuwen. Wis saiki ngene wae yo nggir.
Piye Biyong?
Biyong tinggalen wae.
Ya ora yen tak tinggal ya Biyong mesake mengko yen iki yen bali karo sapa Biyong?
Ayo aku ana kene engko tak ndelik.
Ya ora aku karo Biyong kudu rapi.
Kudu apa?
Bayata madurna ingkang pinastika. Pinastika semua kadya pepujaanku. Kagungiro kang weru citing liya.
Ora sembrono lho nggir. Tawang awakmu wae cilik ya Biyong
Panirsan kanan ya.
Mengko yen tiba piye? Bratajaya. Nuwun mangke to Raden. Paduka menika sinten lan saking pundi Raden?
Yo pongake wae Bibi. kekasihku Raden Permadi. Balik dipisah kloron kuwi sapa?
Nuwun inggih Kang Sudya mastani kula menika pun Nyai Sagopi. Dene menika anak kula.
Aku Bratajaya.
Nyai Sagopi lan Bratajaya.
Nuwun inggih Raden.
Nyai Sagopi.
Nuwun kula.
Yen ndak waspadake katon deleweran remu karenggosan kang napas apa kang ndadekake mangkono to Nyai.
Duh Raden, katemben kewala kula kaliyan anak kula menika kapothos-pothos dening yaksa saking Sengkapura Raden. Pramila ingkang menika Raden tiwas keleresan. Mugi paduka kersa mitulungi jasad kula kaliyan anak kula menika Raden.
Mengko iki kancane buta-buta ke mau lho piye?
Dudu kok ngger katone dudu.
Yo Bibi Sagop. Papan mangkono prayoga sumingkira sawetara. Kaya ngapa wujude para raksa kang wis ngganggu gawe marang jeneng Sira Saklara.
Nuwun inggih mangestokaken dawuh paduka Raden. Ayo Bratajaya.
Nyatlangening kalangyan aglar panda muncar. Tinoner kegonang.
Raseksa mara gaging aku luwih dhisik sapa praceka ngendi dangkam. Wis jamak lumrah ana ing dedalan wong takon genti tinakonan. Kasih Raden Permadyak. Ngetutake lagi kenteking nolo. Bentuk bacot ora cut. Rambut buta pating jebobok tak sampar tak sandung. Kalamun ana kang gubet ana ampeanku bakal tak tigas mawa curiga kelakon lebur tanpa dadi. lamun kulang duran anci gunung tak sabar marang batange
Yeah, thank you very much for Bapak and Ibu who have watched the what is it, the story, yeah, of one of the cultural heritage of Japanese, yeah, right. That is called wayang orang or human puppet show, where there are kind of what is it, stories, yeah. Beside that, the stars have to dance, yeah, sing, and also what is it, give what is it, message, yeah. And you know that there are so many hidden messages, yeah, in the content of the wayang story. That's why we can make use of these kinds of story as both media and also the materials for us to teach our students. Okay, right, Bu Lulu, thank you. What about if we go to the next questions? Okay, Bapak and Ibu, especially the participants, it is time for us to discuss about the content, right? Have you watched and do you understand the content of the story? Who wants to answer my questions? Okay, how about you, Ci Ijan? Our candidate doctor from USIM. What do you think? Is it interesting? Yes?
Yes, it's a spectacular performance. But then because it is in...
Sorry, what about if you switch on your voice? Switch on your voice. I cannot hear your voice.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Overall, it's a spectacular performance, but then because it is in Javanese language, so because I don't know Javanese language, I just know a little bit only like ora ending, ontok like that only. So it's quite difficult for me to comprehend actually. But after all, I can interpret from the body gestures of the dancers. Yes. The actors. I
Moreover,
can interpret from that.
moreover, even the Javanese people themselves, sometimes do not know, right? That's why, if we make use of that kind of story, it is our duty, to insert, to embed it with the language we are teaching, whatever the language we are teaching, right? Any languages, right? In Malaysian, for example, you can insert Malay, as subtitling the running text, okay, or in the in the narrative. I mean, spoken by the narrator. Yes. Okay.
Probably we can have the script. Yes.
Yes, that's right. Because it is original from Javanese, so that it cannot be directly translated, because it is pure original traditional cultural heritage, but the show must go on. As teachers, we have to be creative, right? How is the way to make use of our traditional cultures to respect and to preserve our ancestors' valuable heritage. Okay, that is what I mean. Okay, come to the questions now. The first, are you interested in the performance of such a human puppet show? Is it interesting?
Yes, it's quite interesting.
The others? Yes. What about the others? What about the others? Are you interested? Hopefully, yes.
Hi, Assalamualaikum and good morning.
Yes, good
Hi,
morning.
Assalamualaikum and good morning.
Pak Zainal. Okay, please.
I am Zainal from SNT Joy. Okay, okay, but I think to be applied with the students, I think it's something that is beyond the, they don't really have a background knowledge about it, just schemata. So yeah, it need a lot of things to do to our local culture maybe. Yeah, that is that is my view about it. As what Madam Farizan said just now, as it was in Javanese language, so we really need to depend on the act, the gestures shown by the actors during the human puppet show just now. If we rely on the language, yeah, we don't really have, we wouldn't get any idea what it is about. Maybe we need something that is a culture that is closer to our students, rather than something that is look so classical like that. Because students nowadays, I don't know about Indonesia, but in Malaysia, if something that is so classic like that, it's difficult for us to raise their attention.
Of course.
Toward what is shown. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all for me.
Okay. Thank you, Bapak Zainal. Exactly, Pak Zainal. It is very difficult for us, yeah, to make use of our ancient cultural heritages. Yeah, that is our duty to preserve it through our job. Yeah, through our jobs as a teacher and educators for our students, yeah, to introduce it. Of course, yeah, that is very challenging. That's why, yeah, I explore this kinds of our valuable ancient cultural heritage. I'm very sure that Malaysia, yeah, also have lots of kinds of cultural heritages. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. You want to say
for
something
such
more?
ancient culture, I think for such an if it exposed to the varsity student rather than the school student, because for the tertiary level student, they will have more exposure, I think, and they have more access to such ancient culture rather than expose such culture to school students, I mean.
Okay. Yeah, how to expose not only parts of our teaching periods, of course, not in the whole, yeah. But please put it much more because what is it? Cultural heritages are our what is it? Our own characters, right? Our own characters. So you know that our young generations must know about it. Yeah, at least they have been known about their own cultural heritages. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Pak Zainal. What about if you? Yeah. What about if you go to the next question? As the spectator, what can you get from the story snippet? Can you get something from the story, even though that is shown in Japanese? Yeah, but you can see that there is Indonesian language subtitling on the subtitling, yeah, and also in English, right? But maybe the English words cannot be read. Is it? Can you read the English subtitling, not subtitling, yeah, English reader after the story, yeah, because maybe the letters is too small, yeah, maybe you cannot see that, but it is actually accompanied by the English words. Okay, yeah, but maybe you cannot catch it because it is too small. Right, it's okay. What about go to the third question? As a language teacher, then can you employ such a story to teach? What do you think? Can you employ it to teach? I mean, if you what is it? If you expose Malaysian performance or art performance to your students in the class, yeah, can you employ such stories to teach? Have you ever what is it, introduced the Malaysian cultures to teach as the media or the materials to teach your students? Not yet.
Yeah, not yet for us.
Yeah, not yet. Okay. Just admit, right?
But we can
Just
only watch.
admit, yes,
We
okay.
can only watch during performance, like if there's an event, then we can watch this kind of dances. Okay, but we never, use it in our class.
Okay. Just admit about it, right? Okay. Not yet. If yes, only very little, yeah, only a little parts of your cultural heritages, yeah, to make use as both the media and or the the materials for you to teach language. Okay, any language, not only English, yeah, any language.
I'm sorry, Bu
Okay,
Maya.
yeah.
Yeah, you still have 10 minutes more.
Okay.
Just remind you.
Okay, how is the procedure to teach? And suppose you were a material developer, how to adjust such a story content to teach the different learners level of study. Okay, we can go to this is for your assignments. Okay, okay. What about if we go on to the next one? Okay, this is a Javanese human puppets or wayang orang. What is that? Why and how to employ it? Yeah, you can see that wayang orang is somewhat like an opera played by a group of artists in which performance are accompanied by orchestra, the dalang or puppeteer or narrator, and the president or singers. Yeah, one of Javanese cultural heritage which has been recognized by UNESCO since 2003. What about why cultural heritage are important for us? Yeah, because actually our cultural heritages enable to explore. This is the red one. So sorry, I write the statement with red colors because it is important. Yeah. Because cultural heritage enable to explore the learners MKD, learners learning characteristics, yeah, and also learning aspects and FCPM, factual, conceptual, procedural, and metacognitive knowledge dimensions, which are nowadays are developed widely. Okay, and then how to employ it? That is by using WUPA. Yeah, it stands for watching first, asking the students to understand, asking the students to paraphrase in written way, presenting what they have been paraphrased, and then invite the students to assess their own works. Yeah, by peers or in discussion. That is what I mean with WUPA procedure, right? Next. Okay, yeah, I think that all of you have known about it. What is meant by is it mental? Yeah, mental is thinking aspects to a mental. Yeah, we know that mental model is a kind of explanation on how the student's minds works, right? And then in ELT, English language teaching, the brain to think is innate naturally. Yeah. So we can make use of concept of Chomskyan 1995 and also especially Krathwohl and Anderson's who developed Bloom's taxonomy. What is it? Learning aspects and also learning dimension, knowledge dimensions, I mean. And what is meant by knowledge dimensions? I'm sure that you have known about it because you are all teachers, right? That is FCPM, as I told you, factual, conceptual, procedural, and metacognitive capacities. Next. Okay. Yeah, you can, what is it? You can read 8 by yourself by remembering that the time is nearly over. Okay, next. Now, this one table is what can we explore for our students by using a cultural heritage? Yeah, they are all of the knowledge dimensions and also all of the cognitive process dimension. Yeah, you know that the cognitive dimension consists of 6 aspects. Yeah, starts from remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and the last is create. Yeah, this is the what is it? The knowledge dimension, which are developed, yeah, by Anderson et al. From 2001. You can see it at page 46 about it, right? Next. Nah, this is the references, Bapak and Ibu. If you are going to know much more about CLLA, you can read my journal articles, international journal articles in this issues. Okay, actually, I have developed it since 2012, but they are, yeah, the blue one. I wrote the blue ones. Yeah, they are the newest journal articles ones. So if you are going to know more about CLLA, you can read these kinds of journal issues. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all. Thank you very much for your participants. No worries, we still have discussion at the third series of this workshop, okay? Or you may, ask all of your questions by writing it in the chat. In the chat face, okay? Right. Space, I mean, not face, in the chat space. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you so much once more again. I return the time to the moderator. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Mrs. Hermayawati. To all the participants, if you have questions to Mrs. Hermayawati, you may start writing your questions through the chat box. Later on, your questions will be answered after second speaker. And don't forget to mention your name and state to which presenter or speaker you address your questions. As a gentle reminder, during the workshop, you may turn on your webcam but mute the microphone. And also, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to inform, please kindly take a look on the chat box. For the participants who haven't filled out the question, for the participants who haven't filled out the pre-workshop evaluation form or the questionnaire, please kindly fill out the pre-workshop evaluation form or the questionnaire. You can access it by clicking the link that provided in the chat box. Thank you. Once again, thank you very much, Mrs. Hermayawati, for your incredible thoughts. Actually, we got many valuable things from you.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we come to the second speaker. The second speaker is Mrs. Elisa Hartati, SPD MPD, to deliver her thoughts entitled Utilizing Cultural Heritage Buildings of Indonesia and Malaysia for a Stirring Sense of Belonging. And now, allow me to introduce our second speaker. So this is the curriculum vitae of the second speaker. Her name is Mrs. Elisa Hartati, SPD MPD. She is a graduate of Bachelor degree, Bachelor of English Language Education of Universitas Negeri Semarang in 2007 until 2012. And then she got Master degree of English Language Education of Universitas Negeri Semarang in 2011 until 2013. And then for the working experiences, now She is teaching as an English lecturer in Universitas Mercubuana Yogyakarta since 2014. And before that, she also worked as English lecturer in STMM Training Center Yogyakarta, Universitas Wahid Hasim Semarang, and also she has been English teacher in SD Nusa Putra Semarang and brilliant instructor in LP3I course Semarang. She also has organizational experiences. As you can see on the screen, there are so many experiences, organizational experiences. In the 2018, yes, and then 2018 until present, she is a chairperson of English language education in study program at Universitas Mercubuana Yogyakarta. And next, she also has written many articles. Here you can see the article title that has been written by Mrs. Elisa. And then she also has conducted community service program, and for her interests, are the first English language teaching, and then critical discourse analysis, and then the third one, her interest is systemic functional linguistics. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Mrs. Elisa Hartati, SPD MPD. Hello, Mrs. Elisa Hartati.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good
How are
morning.
you?
I'm great. Thank you,
Okay.
Mas Bayu.
Okay. As a gentle reminder, you have 60 minutes to deliver your thoughts. So please, you may deliver your thoughts starting now. Please, the time is yours.
Okay. Thank you very much for Mr. Moderator. Good morning. Selamat pagi dari Indonesia. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Okay.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yes. First of all, I'd like to deliver my greetings to the collaborators from UPSI. They are Dr. Dina, Dr. Fardila, Dr. Zahida, and also Dr. Nazri, and also my warmest greeting to the Dean of the Faculty of Vocational and Technical University Pendidikan Sultan Idris, Malaysia. And also hello for all participants here, all language teachers here from both SMK Hirjohari and also Sekolah Menengah Sains Banting. And also I think there are also several participants coming from USIM. There is Ciizam there, hello, and the other else, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, here we have already heard some thoughts or some theories related to CLLA, which is cultural language learning approach that we can use to teach English or another language as the discourse of it, as the materials and also the media that we can benefit from it, while we also can preserve our own culture. And they have been already delivered very, very well by Ibu Hermayawati as the first speaker. And right now, later, I would like to come to the practice. So here, I will go to the practical knowledge on how to use one of the cultural heritages that we have, which is buildings. So our local buildings that we have in our both countries, Indonesia and Malaysia, to be used in teaching English or teaching any language. It can be Malay also, to our students. Okay, no matter it is secondary level or tertiary level or any level it is. So we can just adjust with the level of our students. And right now we are facing the university students, college students, and also secondary ones. All right, now I'm bringing you the topic about this. Sorry. So here is the topic that I'm going to deliver to you, which is on utilizing cultural heritage buildings of Indonesia and Malaysia for stirring sense of belongings. So this is kind of pathetic condition, right, in which our students, our young generations right now are not really aware of their own culture, and they just recognize more on the foreign cultures. So probably as like K-pop, or probably any other booming events, or what kind of thing which are not included in our own culture, they really recognize on them. But when it comes to their own culture, probably they are not really getting into it, or they are not really aware of it. So here, that's our job, as Bumaya said. That's our task to do on how to invite them once again to recognize, to be more aware with their own culture. And now here, I'm bringing you to have this, how to bring up the heritage buildings into our discourse in teaching and learning. So our students can, at least they have the sense of belongings on that culture. Right? So ladies and gentlemen, I invite you also in my session here to be active. I mean, like, to participate actively. So if you later on would like to raise something, just feel free to mute yourself, then just raise your questions. So here we are sharing, ladies and gentlemen. So just feel free to interact. All right. Okay. Here, as you can see, there are some buildings here that we have in Indonesia and also in Malaysia. Here are some pictures of local houses, local buildings that we have in Indonesia. It's like here, probably you are quite familiar with this building. This is a mosque anyway, from that you can find in several architectural in Indonesia, especially in Javanese. And then this is we call it as a Panggangpe. That's the name. Basically, they are all Javanese, ladies and gentlemen. But later, I would like to bring you to go around Indonesia virtually right after this to see the local buildings, especially the local houses in Indonesia. And last but not least, we also have this joglo. Sorry, this one. This is a very familiar local building in Indonesia, especially in Java Island. And here, yes, we have it from Ibu Dina anyway. So, Bu Dina, I think she's here. So, Ibu Dina, thank you so much for contributing for this text and the picture as well. So, Bapak Ibu, this is a picture of local house in Malaysia. I do not really know the name of this picture anyway, this building. So later we can just share our knowledge together, and later on we will also share how to use these pictures, how to use the text of the cultural heritage buildings to our students, especially as a discourse in the teaching and learning. So beforehand, I would like to bring you here to go around Indonesia. So basically, if there is no pandemic, maybe you can just go to Taman Mini Indonesia Indah (TMII). So you can see the the architectures of the buildings in Indonesia. I mean, you know that Indonesia has so many islands, yeah, and each islands, each provinces, they have their own local houses. So here I will bring you to see virtually on how they are, and later on I would like you to identify your own local cultures. So ladies and gentlemen, please watch this out. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, they are all Indonesian local houses anyway, and yeah, there are many, right? There are many local buildings that actually we can just adjust it to teach language, no matter it is Indonesian, Malay, or English, and we can just adjust with where our students come from. I mean, the ethnics of our students come from. I'm pretty sure also in Malaysia there are also several ethnics, right? So you can just adjust with their ethnics, so they can just more aware with their own local culture, or probably you can also just cross the ethnics, so they will be very rich in knowing, in recognizing their own local culture, especially in the buildings. Basically, there are many buildings that have different architectures from one to another, and there must be stories behind it. As Japanese, I am a Japanese anyway. I know that Joglo is built like that. There is a philosophy behind it. There is a philosophy why there is a kind of tajuk like that, so it can show the social status of the person who owns that house. The higher the tajuk is, so it means that yes, the higher social status that she or he has. And also the picture of the of the door, it is built like quite low, so it is also a purpose of it. So when we are as a guest coming into the house, we have to a bit nod our head. It means that we have to respect the owner of that house. So that's a little bit story of the local house that we have, especially in Java, as I am a Javanese. So ladies and gentlemen, before I go deeper to the practical knowledge on how to use it in our teaching and learning, I would like you to come to this. Wait for a moment. I would like you to go to the menti.com. Okay, so Bapak Ibu, please go to type in your browser www.menti.com, and there will be a code that you have to input, which is 99435540. Okay, have you go there? Because I will just stop sharing for this. So please go to the menti.com and there will appear something there. Mm-hmm. So there are 10 participants anyway for today's workshop. So I do hope that you can just participate by having the menti.com and then use the code, and there will be question appears there. So Bapak Ibu, can you identify the local houses in your area or country? Probably you can just state the name of it. Budina just replied through the chat box that that's the name of a building from school. Yeah, Ibu Dina, yeah. Ibu Dina is here, right? Mm-hmm. So, okay, good. Can you identify the local houses in your area or country? Rumah warisan, rumah tradisional, rumah panjang. Wow. I wanna see the picture later on. So Bapak Ibu, probably after this you can just show me the picture, right? Rumah warisan, rumah tradisional. Who else? Ini baru satu ya yang participate out of 10 participants. Rumah tradisional Merdeka. Oh, sorry, Melaka. Okay. What else? Rumah Sri Menanti. Okay. But Rumah Panjang here becomes the first stop, yeah. So maybe later on I will invite one of you to share what Rumah Panjang looks like. Rumah Minangkabau. Oh, so it's probably it will be similar to Indonesia. We also have Minangkabau there. Okay. All right. I think Rumah Panjang here becomes the most familiar, yeah? The most famous one among the others. Okay, I think it's enough, right? Now I would like to call probably one of you to share us what actually Rumah Panjang looks like. Anyone would like to share it? Anyone would like to share how the house looks like? Maybe, okay, I will call your name then. Maybe Bapak Ahmad, maybe? Bapak Ahmad Daniel, maybe you can share one of the houses that you know after we identified it. Bapak Ahmad, are you there? Okay, let me check it in the chat.
I've sent a picture through the chat. How do I show it?
Oh, I see. Okay, you share it in the chat box.
Yeah. How do I share it?
Okay, let me see it. Is it also Malaysian, you know, like traditional house that you have?
It's actually Rumah Panjang from Sarawak.
Oh, I
think it's
see.
The Dayak. Iban.
Oh, a bit familiar, a bit similar to Dayak, yeah. Maybe. I will check it.
So this is Rumah Panjang Sarawak, and I think we should have Madam Helena to.
Okay,
she's
so
from Sarawak, I think she knows better about the Sarawak traditional houses.
Okay.
Madam Helena?
How? Maybe Madam Helena would like to share it? I'm trying to open it, but yes, I cannot open the picture. But here, Ibu Dina also said that Longhouse belongs to Dayak community in Sarawak. Yes.
House, yes, belongs to the Iban community in Sarawak.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But nowadays we have lots of modern long houses. Okay, last time it was made of just wood, but now it's like just like single story houses. Okay.
Okay.
Whereby sometimes we have about 30 families, sometimes 50 families, okay, together. You can just Google Rumah Panjang Malaysia. We have lots of pictures there, as you can see.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
This one. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It is long. Yeah. I mean, the buildings is quite long.
Yeah, it is long. That's right.
Okay. How
about
many?
30 to 50 families.
30? Wow.
30 to 50 families.
Wow, there are so many then. Wow.
Yes.
I just know this. This is incredible. Okay. All right. Thank you, Rumah Panjang Malaysia.
Okay.
Thank you, Ibu Helena, Bapak Daniel, or Bapak Ahmad. Thank you for sharing.
Ahmad Daniel.
Okay. Thank you for sharing this. This is also new insight for me to know the Malaysia traditional house, which is one of them is Rumah Panjang. Yeah. All right. Now, coming back to menti.com, I would like to ask you this one. Okay, because Panjang here becomes the most famous one among the others. Now, my next question is this. Oh, wait. Okay, my question is this one. Have you made use of those cultural buildings text, especially as your discourse in teaching and learning English? Have you ever made use of your own cultural building as a text to be used as a discourse in your class? You can just type yes or no. No, okay. All right, go on. Okay, 3 participants said no. 4 participants. Okay. No one. Okay, I'm waiting until maybe 8 participants. All right. Okay. 2 more maybe? 2 more participants? Okay, so 6 participants here. So it means that most of the participants here haven't made use this cultural buildings text as a discourse in the teaching and learning English. May I know your reasons why you haven't ever made use of those texts in your teaching and learning? Anyone wants to share it? Anyone wants to share the reason? Probably Ibu Akila. May I know why?
Yes, what was the question again?
May I know why you haven't used those cultural buildings tags into a discourse in your teaching and learning?
I think we only mentioned about houses when there is a text about those kind of things. But if we were to make it like as the main topic in lesson, maybe not quite. It depends on the syllabus, because in here in Malaysia we are using a Pulse 2 book, which is imported from the UK. So a lot of cultures from there is being discussed as compared to our Malaysian culture.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah. I previously also agreed with you, Ibu Akila. I mean, like before CLLA here is introduced by Ibu Maya, I also never thought that those kinds of cultural texts could be used in the teaching and learning, especially for as a discourse, right? But right now, I'm showing you here, I have a text here, which is also talking about a cultural building in Java, which is Joglo, as a text to teach a genre, all right? So let me share you again my PowerPoint. Okay, so here, this is a text anyway. It is about Joglo traditional house in Java. This is called Joglo. So you guys, Bapak Ibu can read this text. So Joglo is a traditional house of Java and so on and so on. So I will give you probably a minute to just read this text, and later on I will drive you on how to use this text to teach integrated skills. It can be listening, speaking, reading, or writing. 1 minute to read. Okay, 1 minute is over. All right. So, Bapak Ibu, we can take a look at this text, right? So it is already defined what actually joglo is, right? Joglo is a traditional house of Javanese society consisting of two main sections. So we have a main section here, which is called pendopo, and another one which is called dalam. So pendopo is the front part that has a large room without barriers, typically used to receive guests, or a playroom where children and family enjoying their leisure time, while dalam here is part of rooms such as bedroom, living room, or other spaces that have more privacy. The characteristic of the Joglo building is on the roof, towering like a mountain. This is what I called previously like a tajuk. So it is also reflecting that it is our relation as well with God. And then Joglo houses are mostly owned by those who have high social status because the buildings need more expensive material than other forms of houses. The Japanese society used to think that joglo should not be owned by any person, by ordinary people, but only allowed for the nobles, kings, and princes who are honorable and respectable. Those are what happened in the long time ago. But right now, because of the modern society, um, what is it? Some people, some society also may have this joglo. All right. So, Bapak Ibu, if I offer you this kind of text, what genre that you can teach from this text? Okay. Anyone wants to share what genre that we can teach from this text here? Or maybe somebody having it in chat box. Yes, Pak Zainal, that's nice. I mean, like, yeah, if you have the 3D image, it also can be done like that. Okay, reading comprehension, good. Yes, reading comprehension can be taught from this text anyway. But maybe more specifically, I would like to, yes, Pak Zainal, I think you are saying something.
Enabling part of the house. But okay, the problem that I see here is that there are some term is used in the native language itself. So this will be the same thing that will be faced if we are to use this such traditional house in teaching language, because it's so difficult to translate certain parts of the house into the into English.
Yeah, that's our job then. I mean, like, because we as the teachers also need to know our own local culture as a promoter of our own culture. So we are as the teacher also need to be a model for our students by providing them the translated ones. Yeah, it takes time anyway, but I think it is worth effort to do, because we also need to preserve our own culture. If we are not conserving it, who else then? People will, I mean, other countries will recognize them. So it's gonna be more pathetic. So that is why here, yeah, that is okay to translate this to our students. But later, we do hope that our students can know, can be more familiar with their own cultural buildings or their own art performances and the other else.
I think, but I
Yes,
think it's
Pak Zen.
okay if we just translate in phrases or sentences, right, that explain that certain part of houses serve for this thing or whatsoever.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you, Pak Zainal. All right. So, Bapak Ibu, as Pak Zainal said previously wrote in a chat box there that we can teach a reading comprehension to this text, right? Or in another word, we can say that we can teach them a descriptive text. Okay. Okay, it doesn't appear. Okay, something wrong? Oh, okay, this one. Yeah, so we can teach descriptive text from this, or probably if I'm not mistaken, Pak Zainal there suggested to have a 3D performance. It's gonna be better, right? Because the students can see it corner by corner of each rooms. So that's a nice idea. Okay, next. So what can you teach from the text? Pak Zainal have already answered that we can teach reading comprehension from the text. Okay, we can teach also another skill. So if later on you use it in a 3D performance, I mean like 3D picture, then the students will watch, right? And then the students will listen also to the explanation, which is delivered in English. So in that case, you also can teach them the listening skill, right? And then if you want to ask them to instruct them to to perform or maybe to present something, you also can teach them the speaking skill, the reading.
Sorry, Mrs. Alisa.
Of course, yes, Bayu.
You still have 5 minutes to
Oh,
get
yeah.
to the kids. I'm sorry, just a
Oh
minute.
yeah, okay. Thank you. And then the next one is writing skills, of course. And then the components there also can be taught. The vocabularies, pronunciation, grammar, and also the language expressions. So by having those texts, the students can break down, and the teachers also can break down all the skills and the components that the students can learn from the text. So that's what we call as a top-down teaching. So the text will be an input for the students. And then what is the teacher's role here? We know that the teacher-centered is no longer existed. I mean, like the students must be more active in the teaching and learning process. So by giving an input for the students, which contains the local heritages, so the students can learn from it first, and the teacher will facilitate them to explore the text. So later on, the learning objectives, it can be driven from the basic competence that we have already chosen. By the way, later on, I also would like to invite you to practice together in the third series on how to use the text in the teaching and learning. Here, I just provide you the example of my curriculum, my syllabus here in Indonesia to teach grade 7 or junior high school, SMP, we call it. So in the, basic competence here, there are two that we can integrate, all right? So as like here, I don't know later on with yours, but you can just share it later on after this. So ada menangkap makna secara kontekstual terkait fungsi sosial, struktur teks, and so on and so on. So I just take the material from Joglo itself that I showed previously to teach reading anyway. Reading and writing, because here in the syllabus, they are also stated that the students can capture and the students can compose a descriptive text. So here, I would like to take it. I would like to focus to teach my students reading and writing skills from the text there, right? So after that, teachers can, formulate the learning objectives there, that the students are able to identify the text, students are able to find the meaning of new vocabularies. So they will get new vocabularies there. Okay, and the vocabularies are not always taken from the foreign countries. I mean, like maybe some texts that exist in British America, no, but they also can learn it from their own belonging, right? And then the students are able to find the information in the text. Students are able to create a descriptive text using simple present tense correctly, because they also need to consider, the linguistic features. So Bapak Ibu, you also can later on organize your activities or learning activities there. So firstly, the teacher distributes the text about local housing, Joglo, to the students. And then students read the text and find the uncommon words to be figured out the meaning, right? So maybe they will be, unfamiliar with those words. So those are our tasks, our jobs to, to promote the new words, local words to them. Students identify the function of the text. Students identify the structure. Students identify the language features of the text. So they can do them collaboratively with the teacher. All right. And to make it more interesting anyway, Bapak Ibu can use interesting media to get assurance, such as using Kahoot or quizzes. So we also, while we promote our local culture, we also can integrate, some technological media, as like using Kahoot or quizzes to make it kind of blended learning for the students. And then the students will do mind mapping to create another descriptive text in group. And then the students create the text about their local culture in their hometown to be promoted via blog. So we also, we preserve our own local culture, but we also can still use sophisticated media. I mean, like technology to be blended in the teaching and learning. And then by promoting it via blog, the teacher also can check the writing text from the blog created. So here, I just give you sample. Yeah, I just give you sample that we can use to integrate the cultural heritage on our teaching and learning by using some blended learning method. So it's gonna be nice. I mean, like the students will be not feel kind of, oh, this is old, ma'am. So why don't we learn about something which is already modern building? So something like that, right? And in a nutshell, here we can just conclude that by having a local text, I mean, like local cultural heritage text here, the students will more appreciate their own local culture. That's the first. The second, teachers can use their own surrounding materials, culture, to teach the next generation. So it also can be more contextual anyway. And then the next one, the local wisdom can be always inserted to promote the Indonesia and Malaysia culture. And last but not least, by having integratedly, the teaching and learning time can be spent effectively to integrate the skills through the text that we give to them. So because of the time, I think it's done of my presentation. So Bapak Ibu, I also welcome to share with you. So you can just reach through my email there. And I think that's all. Thank you very much. I return it to the moderator. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Mrs. Elisa Hardati, for your interesting thoughts. Actually, we can take many valuable things, meaningful knowledge from you. And once again, thank you very much. And now we still have around 10 minutes for the Q&A sections. So please, if you have any questions, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to ask through the chat box, and also you may use the microphone as well. All right, here I see a question from Mrs. Dina Suhaimi. Let me read the question. Cultural heritage topics are more likely to be taught in tertiary institutions like universities instead of schools. Maybe Mrs. Maya or Mrs. Elisa may answer these questions. The time is yours.
Okay, Ibu Maya or me? Ibu Maya, I think would like to answer it.
Okay, can you repeat once more? I cannot find the questions, Mas Bayu. Which one?
Okay. Cultural heritage topics are more likely to be taught in tertiary institutions like universities instead of schools.
Okay, thank you for the questions. Okay, I would like to try to answer the questions. Yes, of course, you know that CLLA can be benefited, yeah, can be useful to teach at any level of studies. Yeah, from the very basic one unto the highest level of study one, including, I mean, in the tertiary level. Okay, how comes? Yeah, it depends on the maybe you think that English language teaching at higher level should be English for specific purposes, right? ESP, right? Yeah, but it can be done. It can be done, right? How is the way? What do you think? I give you back to think of how is the way to make use of a cultural language learning approach to teach English for specific purposes. Come on, who knows? Just think up. It is a level of what is it? FCPM. Which one? Metacognitive, right? Yeah, make use of your brain, your metacognitive ability, yeah, to find the way. How is the way to teach English for specific purposes and tertiary level? Can be art performance, or and also can be concerning buildings, cultural heritages. Come on. Any idea? Let me invite you, Ibu what? Ibu Jaya Laksmi. Are you there? Okay, who is teaching ESP?
Hello, yes.
Yes. Are you teaching ESP?
No, I'm teaching English language for secondary school, Prof.
Okay, and vocational sekolah menengah vokasi? No?
No, I'm not teaching that. Maybe somebody else.
Oh, somebody else. Okay. Yeah, who knows? Okay, maybe it's Izan, our candidate doctor from USIM. She is still writing her dissertation.
Okay, yes, Ibu. Since I am teaching in secondary school as well, so but I think probably when we teach cultural heritage to
sorry, I think that it is the same whether you are teaching at a tertiary level or in secondary. Maybe if you have experiences in teaching vocational schools, yeah, I think that's the same. You can teach ESP also, right? Yeah,
but we can focus on listening and speaking skills. Yes.
Okay, do you have
I think the
idea how it's
focus
doing?
skills will be listening and speaking. Okay, I think
Listening
the
and
focus
speaking.
will be listening and speaking.
It's
Yes,
okay,
whereby
whatever.
we will whereby we will, it's either we will have for literature subject, for example, we will let the students to have a role play in class. However, for cultural heritage, like informative text, we can ask the students to find a text related to their own culture. Since we have multiracial in Malaysia, so Indian, Chinese and Malays, they can find their own what you call that, cultural buildings and present in class presentation. So basically listening and speaking lah, that one.
It's okay.
I
I think
my
not only
idea.
listening and speaking. Yeah, thank you so much,
Yes, yes.
Jin-san. Okay. Have you, by the way, have you ever done it? Have you ever, I mean, what is it, teaching cultural heritages to your students? Not yet.
I haven't. Yes, to be
guess
honest,
not
I
yet.
haven't. But it's just that through reading text, yes. It's a
Yes,
prepared text from the
I guess,
textbook.
I guess not yet. Yeah,
Not
because
yet, yes, definitely.
because you know that I have researched, yeah, many years at any societies. Yeah, actually, most of them do not realize that they have valuable things they have to preserve, yeah, to respect our ancestors' products. Okay, because you know that it is not an easy matter for us, yeah, I mean for our ancestors to create the products, yeah, I mean the cultural heritages. That's why it is our duty to preserve, yeah, to preserve based on our background, our own background. What is our background? Teaching English. Yeah, make use of our background to preserve our ancestors, what is it, valuable cultural heritages. Okay, even though not in what is it, in tertiary level, but in vocational schools, it can be, yeah, it can be done or it can be taught, yeah, but it depends on the departments, of course, depends on the departments, yeah, jurusannya apa, ya, what's the departments. For example, like what have been just presented by Bu Elisa, that is very very incredible works, right? Yeah. Buildings can be benefited to teach at what department? At vocational school. What is it related to? What department is related to buildings?
I think Ibu Imayawati, it will be architecture, design and architecture.
Yes.
Or arts, yes.
Yes.
Arts departments.
Yes. No, architecture department.
Architecture.
Yes. Yes, you're right, smart. Yeah. You are brilliant, Ci Izan. Yeah, architecture department, right? What about arts performance? What kinds of department we can use it? What is it related to? I mean the department.
Here, Mrs. Dina Suhaimi answered the music departments.
Sorry?
Mrs. Dina Suhaimi answered music departments. Music departments.
Music department. Okay. Music department can be any more. What is the more appropriate one? Music departments, or of course, yes.
And also from Mrs. Akilah, she answered drama.
Drama department, okay, good. Any more?
Here I also see art departments and theater departments.
Yes, smart, brilliant. Got it? Got it? So you know that cultural language learning approach is very, very rich in South Seas, right? Okay, very, very rich. You may explore anything, yeah, until if you are going to explore the current trend of language learning, yeah, by integrating what is it, skills like what to Elisa delivered, right? How is the way to teach skills, language skills in integrated way, no more in disaggregatedly way, right? That is all fashion. So please leave out that. No more isolated skills, but integrated skills. That is the word, the current worldwide trend of English language teaching. Yeah. It is our duty to develop because we are there. Yeah, that is our job. Got it? Yes. Yeah. You know that every nation has its own characteristics, right? And it is our duty, yeah, to preserve our own characteristics, right? Besides, it is also suggested to know other society, other community, other nations, cultural heritage. What is that for? To respect, yeah. The nation, each culture, to respect each other, yeah. Somewhat like if I know Malaysian culture, then this is Malaysian, so I can respect it. I can also introduce Malaysian cultural heritage to my students, yeah, as a new knowledge, for example. So we may exchange the cultural heritage just to just to educate our students to respect others' belongings, right? What about our own cultures? To steer the students' sense of belonging. Yeah, that is what I mean with finding my my cultural language learning approach. Got it? Okay. Any questions? More? Any more questions? Okay, so it is possible. It is possible when you are teaching at a university, yeah, and you have to teach ESP. It's okay. Yeah, we can make use of our cultural heritage to as the media and our materials to teach. Why not? Okay, for the sake of preserving our ancestors' valuable cultural heritages. Sadar nggak sih? Are you realized, yeah, that we have responsibility to respect, to preserve, to conserve our ancestors' cultural heritages? No. I'm sure no. Yeah, that's why that came, yeah, to my mind that it is time for me to realize all of the people around the world, yeah, to to respect the ancestors' cultural heritages, yeah, through our own each background, of course. That is what I mean, why I introduce CLLA not only to Malaysia. Yeah, I have introduced it to several countries. Yeah, right. Granted by the Ministry of Education and Culture of RI, of Republic of Indonesia. Right, yeah, hopefully all of you are realized no. What is your what's it forthcoming duty, yeah, to have an effort to preserve your cultural heritages to your students, yeah, because it is not only what is it introducing the culture itself, but also we can develop the current trend of English language teaching to our students. Yeah, we can also develop the students what is it HOTS, higher order thinking skills. Yeah, you know that by using cultural heritages, we may steer the students' capacities, yeah, both in their linguistic capacities, like what have been delivered by Ibu Elisa, yeah, in integrated skills manner ways, and also through the language components which are embedded, yeah, within the given discourses. Yeah, right. Okay, maybe there is more questions.
Okay, here I see the question or opinion from Mrs. Dina Suhaimi. Maybe Mrs. Elisa may answer. Let me read the first. This kind of cultural heritage are widely promoted in UNESCO Georgetown World Heritage Site from Google Arts Education. Arts Education is an active NGO that works with schools in Penang.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Mas Bayu. Yeah, Ibu Dina, basically for the cultural heritage that we can teach for the discourse in the teaching and learning, we also can make use of it. I mean, like, of course, when it has been admitted also by the UNESCO, so we can just use it as our discourse in the teaching and learning, as well as probably the Georgetown World Heritage is also the same as we have it in Indonesia, like Borobudur Temple, right? So we can also use them. We can benefit them as a discourse, probably to teach the descriptive text by having reading and writing as what I gave example of it, or probably we can see deeper to the story behind it. I mean, the story behind the Georgetown World Heritage here is built. Maybe there is a story behind it that I'm so sorry that I do not know. So by taking the story of Georgetown World Heritage here to be discourse, so in that way we can teach our students a narrative text, because narrative text here is retelling past events for entertaining purpose, right? So we can teach our students on how the story behind that building to focus on the narrative text. So basically we can explore the text, we can explore the cultural heritages that we have here. That's it, Ibu Dina. So thank you for the additional information.
And also the moral values, do not forget about it.
Exactly.
Moral values, yes.
Okay. Yes, I'm pretty sure that in Rumah Panjang as well that we shared together this morning, I'm pretty sure that there is also moral value behind it. There is also a story behind it, that why Rumah Panjang is built like that. So I'm pretty sure there is something that we can explore from that. And probably these moral values are not recognized by our students because they never know it. They've never been taught about it. So that is why this is a positive or the strength on the use of local cultural texts in our discourse in the teaching and learning. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, due to the time limitation, we have to end up the Q&A section. I wish we could have more time for this section, but we haven't. But now we come to a closing remark. So here we would like to listen the closing remark that will be delivered from our speakers today. So firstly, we would like to invite Mrs. Hermayawati, SPD MPD. Please kindly deliver your closing remark. The time is yours.
Okay, thank you so much for the second chance for me to to deliver my remark. Okay, once more again that let's realize, and this is my suggestion. Let's realize that we have, firstly, we have a duty, a very important duty, yeah, to realize our young generations, yeah, to realize that we have rich in cultural heritages, yeah, for the students to have responsibility or to be the students' responsibility to at least steer their sense of belonging, ya, at least, ya. Syukur-syukur, ya, it will be more, what is it? It will be better as well if they share, yeah, they share that kinds of heritages to among their community, or to invite other societies or communities, yeah, to preserve that kinds of cultural heritages. Why? Because once more again, that cultural language learning approach here is considered rich in, very rich in, yeah, media and also materials as the means of us as teachers to explore not only the content of the materials as a means of language teaching, but also the students' moral values development. Yeah, you know that as teachers, we do not only use duty to teach, but also to educate. Correct? Yeah, to educate. So we can educate our students through loving their own country's cultural heritages. Okay, yeah, that is what I have to underline about the CLLA introduction. Okay, yeah, not only language, but also the skills, yeah, the linguistic components, moral values, anything. It can be also taught at any level of studies. Yeah, so I really invite you to use, yeah, start to now, yeah, please, what is it, use CLLA as an approach for you to develop the students' language skills capacities. Okay, maybe Bu Elisa would like to add the remark.
Yeah, thank you,
Yes.
Maya. Basically, I do agree with what Bumaya has, restated by the importance of this CLA approach. But for me, probably I would like to add more that we are teachers, we are the agents of change, right? Because we are the models for our students. So if we do not promote our own local culture, our own culture that we have. So who else then? And we are as the agents of change there, as the agents of promoters there. We also can promote our local cultures to our students as the young generations. So if we teachers preserve our culture, then the positive energy can be transferred to our students. So year by year, our students will be different, right? But the teachers will be the same. So that's our job together. That's our task to do together. So thank you. That's it from me.
Yeah, once more again. Let me ask you. What about if in the curriculum of, of teaching English at Malaysia, has not contained of developing culture, or have not contained materials concerning culture? What do you think? What do you think about the Malaysian English teaching curriculum? Is there any Is there any cultural materials in the teaching program? If not, please add it. Yeah, because of like what Bu Elisa told, that we are the agent of change. That's right. So do not just only keep by implementing, by actualizing the content of the curriculum. Yeah, but please add if there is not that. Okay, please review. Please review and add. Please develop the curriculum. Yeah, if there is not cultural heritage exploration there. It is your duty to add, yeah, as an agent of change, as a curriculum developer. Okay, that is conceptual. The teachers is also a curriculum developer. That is our duty to develop curriculum. Okay, because we are the knower of our students. Okay. Okay, I think that's all, Mas Bayu.
Yeah. Thank you very much for both speakers, our speakers today, Mrs. Hermayawati and Mrs. Elisa Hartati. Now, Excellencies, distinguished speakers, participants, ladies and gentlemen, we have had productive and inspiring time together, and this event's about to come to very end. I hope you have found the presentation on this workshop are informative and helpful. As a gentle reminder, please fulfill the exit ticket which has been shared in the chat box. And also you can scan the barcode that has been shown on the screen. By fulfilling the exit tickets, you will receive the e-certificates and the materials from our speakers today in this event. However, participants are supposed to join the workshop from the beginning until the end of the series to get e-certificates. And also, the exit ticket will be opened until 1 p.m. On Malaysian time, 1 p.m. in Malaysian time. All right. Okay, well, now we are going to have a photo session, ladies and gentlemen. So please, I would like to invite Mrs. Lulu to help us taking a picture. So please, ladies and gentlemen, open your camera to make sure that your beautiful face and handsome face are seen clearly.
Okay.
All right,
Okay,
thank you.
Okay, smile,
please
smile.
give your best
Okay.
pose, yeah? All
Keep
of
your
you, please
sweetest
give the
smile.
best pose. I will take in 3 times, so just give your best pose, okay? In 1, 2, 3, go. One more, 2 more, sorry. 1, 2, 3, go. And then give your There's finger. Okay, one, two, three, go. Thank you for participating today's workshop.
Thank
And
you.
Thank you
remind
very
you
much.
again to join the next workshop. I will show you the poster. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, this one. Please join the next workshop on 19 April, yeah, at 9 until 11 a.m. with me and also with Pahari. Okay, thank you. Back to the moderator, Mas Bai.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Lulu. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now we are standing to the last agenda, that is closing. On behalf of the committee, I'm as the MC and the moderator. I would like to say thank you very much to everybody, each one of you, for joining us today. And don't forget, we still have few workshops coming up this month. Yes, we will have another workshop, UMBY UPSI Series 2, as you have seen on the screen. That will be held on Monday, April 19, 2021. Please stay tuned on our Instagram account for the updated information. And finally, once again, thank you for the resource speakers today, Mrs. Hermayawati and also Mrs. Elisa Hartati, for your incredible thoughts, your incredible talk here in this event. And finally, thank you very much. Hope to see you again on the next workshop. And finally, thank you, and thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, everyone.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you,
See
everyone.
you next week.
See you
Thank you.
next meeting. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy welcoming for the fasting Ramadan.
We're waiting for you for the next session. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bapak Ibu. We would like also suggest you to try to practice this in your real class.
Yes.
So later on in the third session, in the third series of this workshop, we can share together on how you experience this LLA in your real teaching practice. Yes,
at the
thank
third
you.
Session.
Yeah, so we can discuss there.
We discuss on how you actualize the Malaysian cultural heritage to teach in your classrooms. Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Break a leg.
Thank you.
Inshallah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, Kak Jaya.
Thank you so much.
All of you. Bye, Alina. Everybody. Bye, Faizan.
Thank you, Ibu.
Thank you, Ibu.
Bye. Okay, bye, Ibu.
Bye bye. So we can end this.
Okay. Season to be continued and WA. Okay.
Yes. Next Monday. Okay. Happy Ramadan too. Bye, everyone.
Okay.
Bye. See you around.
Equally to you. Happy Ramadan. Okay. Yeah. Happy fasting for Ramadan. Okay.
Ini nggak di-end Bu Lulu. Maya is leaving now. Okay, so I'm leaving then.
Okay. Okay. I think we are going to review, but it's okay. We have to end all. Okay, bye-bye.